Hello and welcome to this special presentation on Rajya Sabha television, the question hour, where we bring you some important questions asked by the members of House earlier in the Parliament and responded to by the government. I am Vishal Dahiya and with me is my colleague Kriti Mishra.
Thank you so much, Vishal. So let's commence the question hour show. And the first question that we've picked up is for the Ministry of Defence, and this one has been asked by member Kanta Kardam. And she has asked the government whether it is working to establish defence corridors in the country.
Well, that's a very interesting and important question as well, Kriti, and this has been asked quite a number of times by some of the members. And the Defence Ministry's response to this question is quite exhaustive. The Ministry says that the Finance Minister in his budget speech, that is 2018-19, had announced setting up of 2 defence industrial corridors in the country. In pursuance to this announcement, it has been decided to develop one such corridor in Uttar Pradesh and the other one in Tamil Nadu. Now, the government has identified 5 nodal points in Tamil Nadu and 6 in Uttar Pradesh in these corridors, which are in Uttar Pradesh, Agra, Aligarh, Chitrakoot, Jhansi, Kanpur and Lucknow, and in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Coimbatore, Hosur, Salem and Tiruchirappalli. The ministry further says that till date, 6 consultation meetings of stakeholders, both in Uttar Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, were organized across its various nodes. Now, during the Aligarh meeting held on 11th of August 2018, investments of over 3,700 crore rupees were announced for UP corridor by OFBs and DPSUs and private industries. Similarly, during the Tiruchirappalli meet held on 20th of January 2019, an investment of over 3,100 crore rupees were announced by OFBs, DPSUs and private industries for Tamil Nadu Defence Corridor. Further, the ministry says that government has also appointed a consultant for the preparation of a detailed project report for the defence corridor. Well, the next question is by member Rajiv Chandrasekhan, and this one is to the Ministry of Finance, where the member wants to know from the government about measures taken by it in encouraging private sector investment in the domestic markets.
Well, the government says that it is constantly taking various initiatives to promote investment in the economy, including investment by private sector, including measures to improve ease of doing business, comprehensive reforms in the foreign direct investment policy, various facilitation measures under flagship programs like Make in India, Startup India, reduce corporate tax from 25% for companies with turnover up to 250 crore rupees. Also, launched a support and outreach program for helping the growth, expansion and facilitation of MSMEs in the country. Further, steps taken to boost private investment in infrastructure sector include launching of innovative financing investment trusts, real estate investment trusts, mainstreaming of public-private partnerships across infrastructure sectors through viability gap funding, periodic review of establishment of the National Investment and Infrastructure Fund. Besides this, a project monitoring Invest India cell has also been set up for resolving the issues and fast-tracking setting up and expeditious commissioning of large public-private and public-private partnership projects. The next question is by member Syed Nasir Hussain, and this question is to the Ministry of Finance, and Mr. Hussain has asked about the action taken by the government for loan recovery from top 100 borrowers.
Well, the Ministry of Finance has given a detailed answer to this question, and it says that the recovery of dues from borrowers in NPA accounts, including the top 100 borrowers, is an ongoing process, and this is taking place under legal mechanisms which include securitization and reconstruction of financial assets and enforcement of security interest, that is a SARFAESI Act, and Debts Recovery Tribunal DRTs. Now, comprehensive efforts have been made to expedite and enable resolution of NPAs of banks, resulting in the recovery of 4,01,424 crore rupees by SCBs over the last 4 financial years, including the following. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, that is IBC Act, has been enacted, which has provided for taking over management of the affairs of the corporate debtor at the outset of the corporate insolvency resolution process, coupled with the debatement of willful defaulters and persons associated with NPA accounts from the resolution process. This has effected a fundamental change in the creditor and debtor relationship. SARFAESI Act has been amended to make it more effective with provision for 3 months imprisonment in case the borrower does not provide asset details and for the lender to get possession of mortgage property within 30 days. Further, suits for recovery of dues are also filed by banks before DRTs 6 new DRTs have been established to expedite the recovery. Under the PSB reforms agenda, PSBs have created stressed asset management verticals to focus attention on recovery, segregated monitoring from sanctioning roles in high-value loans, entrusted monitoring of loan accounts of about 250 crore rupees to specialized monitoring agencies for clean and effective monitoring, and created online end-to-end one-time settlement platforms for timely and better realization. The next question is to the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and this one is from member Anil Desai, who wants to know if there is any central act to deal with Ponzi schemes.
The Ministry of Corporate Affairs says that Ministry of Finance, Department of Financial Services has informed that the banning of unregulated deposit schemes Ordinance 2019 was promulgated by President of India on 21st of February 2019, and it came into effect on the same day. It also has adequate provisions for punishment and repayment of deposits in cases where such schemes nonetheless manage to raise deposits illegally. Further, Price Chits and Money Circulation Schemes Banning Act 1978 is an act to ban the promotion or conduct of price chits and money circulation schemes. The government further says that Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority organizes investors' awareness programs in rural areas through common service centers set up under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, with the objective of creating awareness amongst the investor about fraudulent schemes and facilitating informed investment decisions. The next question is by member R. Vethalingam, and this question is to the Ministry of Tourism. And Mr. Vethalingam has asked whether it is a fact that the government has implemented initiatives to take advantage of the country's flourishing tourism sector.
Well, the Tourism Ministry has responded to this question in affirmative, and it says that the Government of India has taken various initiatives to take advantage of the tourism potential of the country. Now, some of the important measures taken in this regard include Sudesh Darshan Scheme for integrated development of theme-based tourist circuits, National Mission on Pilgrimage Rejuvenation and Spiritual Heritage Augmentation Drive, that is Prasad, scheme to beautify and improve amenities and infrastructure of pilgrimage sites, launching of e-visa, launching of Incredible India 2.0 campaign, developing and promoting niche tourism products, providing trained manpower to meet the requirements of the tourism and hospitality industry, introducing 24/7 toll-free multilingual tourist helpline, launch of Incredible India mobile app to assist travelers, and providing Wi-Fi facility at 88 tourist sites. The ministry says that the share of India's international tourist arrivals in the world during 2017 was 1.17%. The next question is from member Sanjay Seth, and this one is to the Ministry of Power, wherein the member wants to know about the total number of solar street lamps installed in the country since 2014.
The government says that the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy is implementing schemes such as off-grid decentralized solar PV application scheme, Phase 2 and Atal Jyoti Yojana, under which a total 3,95,810 solar street lights have been installed in the country since 1st of April 2014. The government further says that under these schemes, only indigenously manufactured solar photovoltaic modules are being used. Further, these solar street lights are manufactured by indigenous manufacturers, thereby supporting domestic manufacturing under the Make in India initiative. Moving on to the last question, and this one is by member Dheeraj Prasad Sahu, and this one is to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And Mr. Sahu has asked whether government has formulated any scheme for setting up blood banks on priority basis in remote and rural areas of the country.
Well, the Ministry of Health Affairs in the answer says that the Government of India has formulated a policy for setting up of at least one blood bank in every district of the country. The ministry says that public health being a state subject, it is the primary responsibility of the state government to ensure the establishment of blood banks as per their need. However, support is provided to states and union territories to strengthen their healthcare system, including strengthening existing blood banks, establishing new blood banks based on the proposals submitted by the states through National Health Mission. Now, this includes 6 districts of Jharkhand, namely Saraikela, Khunti, Jamatra, Goda, Ramgarh and Bokaro. In the state of Jharkhand, blood storage units are also functional in the remote and rural areas in CHC and the referral hospital. So, Kriti, that's all we have for our viewers in this segment of Question Hour.
That's right, Vishal. Prashnikal with our colleagues Kriti Singh and Arvind Singh on the other side. Stay tuned to Rajya Sabha Television.